with brands where there's that gap between where they are right now and where they want to be, how does one go about bridging that gap?
Yeah. So obviously, owning a clothing brand and kind of what brand you're looking to achieve and be to the public is so unique. So that's like not a one size fits all kind of solution or
Mm,
approach, I guess. I think in terms of getting to where you need to be, the first steps should be literally writing down where you want to be. There's so many
that's
people
good.
that, yeah, there's so many people that kind of have these big dreams and stuff, but until you write it down, whether this is a follower count or kind of units sold, or even kind of more so what your overall brand you want it to be and the community you're looking to build and stuff, you kind of have to have those overarching goals and then work your way backwards, and how in the short term what steps can you do and like what actions can you take to achieve that in the long term. So I'm a big believer in working your way backwards. And to answer your question, I guess everyone's at a different stage. So if you're looking to start a clothing brand right now, your first goal might be releasing a product in the next 6 months compared to someone that's
Mm,
potentially already released their product, but they want to
mm.
hit 10,000 units by the end of the year, whatever it ends up being. So there's not really a one size fits all answer to that, but there's just different strategies and kind of processes that you need to follow depending on where you are in your journey, basically.
Yeah, understood. And I think it's good that you mentioned there's no one size fits all, because that's true. And I believe that there are strategies that are easily manipulated to fit
Yeah,
whatever you're
100%.
doing is. And
Yeah.
as you say, in terms of writing down your goals or writing down where you want to be, everyone can do that. The thing that changes is, well, maybe the actual thing that you write down, maybe, as you
Mm.
say, you want to release in the next 6 months, or someone someone else's goals who's a bit further along might be to make the jump from part-time to full-time, or
Yeah,
side hustle to
definitely.
full-time. And yeah, and so yeah, that's interesting you mentioned that, Casper, because I on my email list, the first email that I send out is it 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 it, it prompts readers to respond to the email with what success would look like for them in their
Yeah,
brand.
that's a
And
good idea
it's
because
exactly that. It's like,
it's so different for everyone.
yeah. Yeah, and it's like the first thing, if you haven't written already and you join my email list, well, that's what you're gonna have to write, right? And
Yeah,
so,
it's a good
but
action to take for sure.
it gets you thinking, it gets your mind, it gets your mind ticking, and
I
I
was
think
yeah, I
working
was having this
from
conversation the other day actually,
mm,
and it's like other than kind of at school, it's you don't really give yourself time to think and kind of brainstorm and sit down and write your goals.